Do you ever feel like you're just going through the motions? You wake up, you get through the day, you take care of everyone and everything, and maybe watch something at night and then go to bed and do it all again tomorrow. And on the outside, things might look fine, but on the inside, there's this quiet feeling that something's off. Now, not dramatic, not a crisis, just this low level meh that whispers, there's got to be something more than this. But for so many women in midlife, this feeling doesn't come out of nowhere. It often shows up after a loss, after change, after years of being the strong one, after realizing the life you built doesn't quite fit who you are anymore. And I know this feeling well. See, for a long time, I felt like a passenger in my own life, showing up, doing what needed to be done, but feeling disconnected from myself. See, I wasn't broken, I wasn't failing, I was just numb and exhausted. But what helped me wasn't a big dramatic reinvention. It was 5 simple habits, almost deceptively simple, that slowly changed how I related to myself. They helped me to rebuild trust with myself, feel more grounded, and start living from the inside out again. So today, I want to share them with you. Not so that you can fix yourself, but so that you can come back to yourself. So if that sounds interesting to you, then let's get going. Now, the first habit is creating a deliberate pause in your day. See, most of us live in constant reaction mode. The alarm goes off, react. Emails, texts, news, family needs, react, react, react. And there's no space to breathe, no space to feel, and no space to hear yourself think. And this is where stress, anxiety, and emotional overload quietly pile up. And for me, this constant reacting lived in my body with tight shoulders, shallow breathing, and a nervous system that never fully settled. But the shift doesn't come from doing more. It came from stopping briefly, just 5 minutes. And here's how simple this can be. So once a day, find a quiet moment, sit down, set a timer for 5 minutes, close your eyes and focus on your breath. Inhale for 4, pause, and exhale for 6. That's it. Your mind will wander, of course it will. That doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. See, each time you notice and gently come back to your breath, you're creating space. And this pause isn't about becoming calm or spiritual or getting it right. It's about letting your nervous system exhale. It's about creating a tiny gap between what happens and how you respond. And in that gap, that's where power lives. Now, the second habit is getting your thoughts out of your head and onto paper. Because let's be honest, your mind can be a busy, emotional, and sometimes critical place, filled with worries, regrets, unfinished conversations, to-do lists, old stories, all swirling around with no off switch. But when everything stays inside your head, it can feel overwhelming and confusing. Writing gives it somewhere to land. And I used to live almost entirely in my head, replaying the past, worrying about the future, questioning myself constantly. But what helped more than anything was journaling. And no, this is not about writing beautiful pages or pouring your heart out perfectly. Think of it as a brain dump. At the end of the day, grab a notebook, set a timer, say for 10 minutes, and write whatever there is to write. No editing, no fixing, and no judging. If it feels messy, that's because it is, and it's okay. See, something powerful happens when your thoughts are on paper instead of rattling around inside of you. They actually lose some of the charge. Anxiety becomes clearer and emotions become more understandable because you stop being tangled up in your thoughts and you start looking at them, and that creates relief. Now, I'm sharing this with you because I've lived it. I found my way through these habits during my own seasons of loss and reinvention, when I realized I'd completely lost touch with myself. And what I do now is support women in midlife as they find their way back, not by fixing themselves, but by rebuilding trust with who they are now. All right, habit number 3 is gently doing one small thing each day that you've been avoiding. Honestly, we all have them. The phone call, the appointment, the conversation, the drawer, the email, the decision. See, avoidance feels protective in the moment, but it quietly feeds anxiety and self-doubt. And this habit isn't about pushing yourself or being productive. It's about self-trust. See, every time you avoid something, your nervous system learns, "Ooh, I can't handle this." But every time you face something, no matter how small, you teach yourself, "I've got me." So each morning, choose one small thing you've been putting off. Not the biggest thing, just one doable thing, and then do it. And when you do, pause and acknowledge it, not with pressure, but with respect. See, confidence doesn't come from thinking differently. It comes from keeping small promises to yourself. And habit number 4 is practicing active, specific gratitude. Now, I know gratitude gets talked about a lot, and this isn't about pretending everything's wonderful or bypassing hard feelings. See, gratitude does not cancel grief, but they can coexist in the same room. And this habit is about training your brain to notice what's steady and supportive, especially when life feels heavy. So at the end of the day, write down 3 specific things you're grateful for. Not my family, maybe the text that made me smile. Not my health, but the walk that you went for and your body felt strong. See, the more real you make it, the more it works. And over time, your brain starts scanning for these moments naturally. And you start to build a quiet library of proof that there is still goodness here, even on difficult days. Honestly, this practice has carried me through some of my very hard seasons. It didn't fix everything, but it anchored me, and that felt good. And the 5th habit is a mindset shift that quietly changes everything. Acknowledge your agency. And now I want to slow this down for a moment, because agency can sound bigger or more complicated than it is. Agency simply means this: you still have a choice, even when life hasn't gone the way you planned it. Even after loss, change, or seasons that knock the wind out of you. You know, so many women in midlife feel like life has just happened to them. Roles changed, relationships shifted, bodies changed, plans didn't work out, and after a while it can start to feel like you're just reacting to whatever comes next. But agency is the reminder that while you didn't choose everything that brought you here, you still get to choose how you show up now. And this isn't about control, and it's definitely not about blame. It's about recognizing the small places where you still have influence. See, you can choose how you speak to yourself when you make a mistake. You can choose to rest instead of pushing. You can choose one supportive action today, and you can choose when to say yes and when to quietly step away. And here's how to practice this habit. At the end of each day, identify one choice you made, no matter how small, that was in service of the person you want to be. You know, maybe you went for a short walk instead of shutting down. Maybe you drank some water instead of wine. Maybe you set a healthy boundary. Maybe you were kinder to yourself than you usually are. Just pause and acknowledge it and say to yourself, you know what? I made that choice. See, this isn't about being perfect or fixing your life. It's about building evidence that you still are an active participant in your own life. Agency is the quiet shift from I have no say anymore to I still get to participate in my life. And that awareness felt in your body, not just understood in your head, is deeply grounding, and it's how you slowly move from feeling stuck to feeling steadier, one small choice at a time. You know, this habit moved me out of feeling powerless and back into a relationship with myself, because it reminded me that my future isn't already written. It's shaped by small, kind choices every day. So let's have a quick recap of these 5 simple habits. Number 1, create a deliberate pause. 5 minutes to breathe and reset. 2, externalize your inner world. Get your thoughts out of your head and onto paper. 3, do one thing you're avoiding as it builds trust with yourself. 4, practice active gratitude. Notice what's already supporting you. And 5, acknowledge your agency. Recognize daily choices. See, these habits aren't about fixing you overnight. They're about rebuilding your relationship with yourself, slowly, gently, and honestly. So if you're up for it, start with just one. And I'd love to hear from you. Which of these feels most doable right now? Which one are you willing to try this week? Let me know in the comments as I read every one. And a big thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next video.